Addressing the audience, renowned author and monk from the Ramakrishna Mission Belur, Swami Swarupanand Ji spoke about life teachings of Indian scriptures.
Once you know that God alone is true and you are one with it, this is what Vedanta is. You might have heard of this term Vedanta. What is Vedanta? It's the essence of the Ved. What exactly Ved want to tell? They want to say that you are divine. And the best explanation, the best definition of Vedanta as being the preacher of the divine came from Swami Vivekananda when he famously said, education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. You are divine. Through education, your divinity gets manifested. Religion is the manifestation of the divinity. And he said, civilization, when you call a country civilized, is the divinity that's getting expressed. Not only that, he went on to say evolution. Evolution is the divinity that is already in a soul. It's the soul manifesting itself. And that's how the evolution takes place. It's all about divinity. Hindu religion is all about divinity. See, nowadays we hear a lot of criticism from different quarters. There are liberals and there are communists. No, I don't want to name them. Thing is, they are talking about as we are the irrational people. We have these practices, that practices. What are you comparing with what? You take up your ideal and you compare with our practices. This is unfair. If you want to practice, compare your practices with my practices, compare your ideal with ideal, and let's see where you stand. I have a communist friend, a very good friend of mine. He was once talking about, we talk about equality of men. I said, we talk about the divinity of men. If you have to talk equally. Talk at the same level. Don't compare this with that. You are taking your philosophy, your ideals, and comparing with my practices. And practices of whom? Persons who are spiritually ignorant, spiritually challenged persons. That's not how comparisons are made. One of the finest Upanishads, which is part of the Ved itself, Yajurved, Shukla Yajurved, known as Ishavasya Upanishad, it says, once you realize that everything is divine and you are divine, Tattvapo Mohaka Shoka, what kind of delusion you can have? What kind of sorrow you have? Do you have sorrow? Here, dear audience, have you ever felt sad? Ever in your life? Why? Why did you feel sad? Because you thought you are a body, you are a human being. You thought you love this person, you love that person. Why? Because you forcibly limited yourself. When you forcibly limit yourself, your sufferings begin, your delusion begins, your tears roll down your cheeks. You realize that you are divine, you realize that you are one with the whole. How can there be any suffering? Because there is no two. Who can terrify you? No one can terrify you. Who can educate you? No can, because all education is, every knowledge is within you, and it famously says, Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. All knowledge is within you. You are not going to achieve anything after your death. Whatever you have to achieve, you will achieve here. It says, Yahav Taijita Sargo. See, this religion, this sect, this belief, that belief. Either they will say that there is nothing after death, or they will say, you will go to heaven after death. You go kill some people and die, and heaven, doors of the heaven are open for you. No, Hindu religion doesn't talk in that way. Whatever mention is there of the heaven or whatever it is just figurative. It says, Yahav Tarjita Sargo. Whatever you want to attain, whatever you want to achieve, you have to do it here and now. Dear students, if anyone of in the audience, if we have students, please remember, you cannot leave anything for tomorrow. I love Mr. Karat because I find that he seems to be a man in a hurry. He's not a man in a hurry. He's a man who believes in here and now. Whatever has to be done here and now. Don't postpone it. Don't leave it for others. You do it. Take every responsibility, whatever is good, whatever is bad, on your own shoulders. Because there is no one else other than you. No one else other than you. Well, in brief, this is what the life of the Hindus, according to scripture, not only of the Hindus, of the whole world should be. That same Ishavasya Upanishad says very beautifully, Kasyasya dhanam Why are you running after this? Why are you running after that? After all, who has ever gained wealth? It comes and goes. Be established in Tyaga, because God alone exists. It doesn't force any idea on you and says, if you don't want to believe it, if you cannot practice it, don't. But at least be a karma yogi. As I mentioned, Mr. Karad, he's doing a lot. Do. Serve others, because after all, they are you. It's not Hindu, Muslim, it's not India, Pakistan, they are them. Now, till they learn, you have to be careful, no doubt about it. You cannot, because you have not realized this truth, the fear of your annihilation is very much there. Now, we are not getting into that issue. The thing is, they are not your brothers. They are not your own. They are you. They are your reflection. Absolutely, there cannot be any kind of discrimination. This is what Hinduism has practiced for last 10,000 years. This is what it will practice. It cannot change. Even if some politician, even if some thinker wants to change, he cannot change it. This is known as Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya. Brahman alone exists. There is nothing else. Stand on your feet. Be brave. Know that all power, all knowledge is within you, and move ahead. Dear audience, in that great tradition, like when I came here just before the inauguration, Mr. Karad lit a mashal and we all held it. It's like a relay race. That mashal, the lamp, it was handed down to us. We carried it to some length. Now I'm getting old. Mr. Karad is getting old. And people who held it, many of them are gone. Many are getting old. The responsibility now lies on you. Dear listeners, those of you who are young, the responsibility of carrying on with this lamp lies with you. Wake up, get up, and carry this great message of the Vedas, Hinduism, and India forward.